Welcome back, everybody, to Dren608 Plays. We're playing Rogue Trader here today. We had basically finished the prologue, and I sat in the chair as we transitioned out of real space, and we got a whole bunch of things. That's the prologue. So, looking for trouble, I have to do several things here. Prison Planetoid, we have caught the Interrogator, Navigator's Abode, plausible destination for an Interrogator of the Ordo Xenos. You may tell the Rogue Trader they're playing host to such a guest. And knows of his present whereabouts or planned course of action. So I need to get more crew. Somewhere in the system. Navis Novalite Station. And she wants me... Opportunity rises, better not to put it off for too long. So I need to go talk to my sister here. My sister of battle. One thing I did want to look at... I didn't read this before. I'm just going to go through this real quick. Change in circumstances has demanded your immediate assistance in our mutual cause. Forthwith upon receiving this letter and performing the necessary preparations of the crew, you are to depart for the Reichad system. One of my acolytes, Interrogator Heinrichs Van Kalux, operates there at the present time. Upon your arrival in the system, you will, without delay, make contact with him and offer any assistance required of you, after which you will provide him passage to the Furibundus system aboard your ship. On footfall, the Interrogator will remove himself from your presence to await further instructions. Anticipating any questions you may have, I will stress that the nature of the Interrogator Van Kalux's activities on Reichad Minoris is of no concern to you. If required, Van Kalux himself will disclose the details of his mission. May the Emperor's light be with you. XC. Okay. Helping the Inquisition is always asking for it. I don't know what this thing is. It's pretty. I don't know. I don't think I want to add it to cargo. I don't want to drop it, and info is like, it doesn't tell me anything that it is, so I don't know what that is. I don't have anything on my ship. Okay. Okay, so let's get out of here. Where's the Sister of Battle? I need to go look at this globe thingy, too, and see what it looks like. But let's go find the Sister of Battle, shall we? Where is she? There's my Vox Master. That's Alvarard. She's not hard to find, if you can find her. Where she is. Can you tell by going on the map? Oh, yeah, she's down here. Oh, she's on this side of me. Okay. So... she's back here. She's right here. Alright, let's go talk to Argenta. Hello, Argenta. What have you got to say for yourself?
Rogue Trader.
Looks tired. There are dark circles under her eyes, and her hair is somewhat disheveled, and she moves like she's a little on edge. Yes, what babe? Tell me about the Adeptus Sororitas?
Gladly. There are none more faithful to the God Emperor than my sisters. We fight against his enemies by the will of the Holy Ecclesiarchy. I beg your pardon, Rogue Trader. Here I am talking about what every lesser noble in the Imperium knows. So what exactly are you interested in hearing about? Once I had completed my novitiate, I was sent to the Calixian branch of the Order of Our Martyred Lady, assigned to the Order's Pronatus. The Order's mission is vital and noble. The Sisters Pronatus protect great relics of the Imperium. We guard them, preserve them, escort them when they are brought onto the battlefield or presented for pilgrims to venerate.
Okay.
And we seek out the relics that have been lost. Neither a coven of heretics nor the most wicked death world can deter Sisters Pronatus when their goal is to return a piece of the great legacy of the Imperium into the hands of the faithful.
Lord Imperium succeeded. The Order of Pronatus is not one of the Order's militant, yet you are a trained fighter. Well, I succeeded in something, so let's do it.
Don't let the name deceive you. The Order's militant trains sisters to march onto the battlefield as an army. That does not make sisters who belong to the non-militant orders timid and helpless. Both the solace-bringing Sisters Hospitaller and the enlightened Sisters Dialogus know how to greet enemies of humanity. Their dialogue with heretics is usually quite short, with the last word being a bolter discharge. And my order has all the more reason to be known for the martial prowess of its sisters. We are the keepers of the Imperium's relics. What would become of our blessed hero's legacy if the Sisters Pronatus could not protect it?
Okay, Calaxian branch. What brought you to the Koronus Expanse?
The Order sent me to Footfall. My undertaking was to assist the local priesthood of Drusians in caring for a sacred reliquary that had been there since the time of Parsimus Duane, the station's founder.
Followers of the cult of Saint Drusus, a legendary hero of the Angevin Crusade who founded the Calaxis sector for the Imperium of Man. Okay. And Footfall is massive void port on the edge of the Koronus Expanse and a notorious hotbed of vice trade and rogue trader, which we found last time. Okay. Are there any other members of the Adeptusauruses? Oh, let's just ask all the questions.
It is. The Sisters of Battle are a fire lit by the God Emperor. They are the echo of his voice that travels through the dark expanses of the universe. We bring his wrath to heretics, mutants, and other enemies of humanity. We protect the faithful from the unholy and unhallowed. Sometimes with words, more often than not with a bolter.
Are all sisters truly as faultless as you say?
Even the novices of the Adeptus Sororitas are drawn from among the most worthy. Those who have taken the vows and become a full-fledged sister are the best of the best, tested by trials of body and spirit. Yes, there have been cases when a sister stumbled or showed weakness, but do not expect to hear a story of depravity or downfall from me. Each such occurrence is a great tragedy for us all. Light cannot bear the smallest speck of darkness within. And thus those who have trespassed or shown weakness of spirit are given a chance at redemption. They are called Sisters Repentia, and may the enemy tremble before her, for nothing can stop a sister of battle who yearns to be cleansed of fault and weakness. Wearing nothing but robes, no armor, eviscerator in hand, those sisters who have once faltered find repentance on the battlefield. Their lives are seldom long, but a death in the name of purgation is a better fate than to live with a shadow in one's soul.
And for those of you that aren't familiar with the Warhammer 40K universe, yes, it really is that dark, and it really is that bad. You're essentially in a, how do I say it? The Empire in and of itself is this monolithic thing that is battling chaos and they're battling it the only way they know how, which is basically absolute denial of anything that anybody that worships the chaos gods or anything like that. It has to be immediately exterminated because otherwise it'll grow. It's the old argument of entropy versus law versus order. Ultimately, entropy will win because order can't necessarily be maintained by people. But this is the Imperium is trying to save the universe from being overrun with chaos and demons and all that kind of stuff. And so they are very much an authoritarian type regime. If you read about what commissars are, which is my background, they're basically like the Russian commissars of World War II. You have two choices. You can try and kill the enemy, or I will kill you. That's kind of the way that works in this universe. And it's very, very dark, and it's very, very troubling for modern, sensible minds to wrap their heads around it. But if you take the lore all in its own, all of it together, and understand what the setting of this sci-fi world's universe is, then you can understand why certain actions have to be taken. And I mean, they're reprehensible in modern terms, but sometimes it's necessary. For instance, you'll find, I don't know if it happens in this game, but I know in the board game and the tabletop game and the universe written through the books, there are countless numbers of times when they literally just blow a world apart. Exterminatus is the order, I think it's called. And it's like there's no chance of saving anyone on the planet. To try and do so will unleash whatever's on the planet out into the wider galaxy. And so they just basically turn it into a glass surface, or they literally send burrowing nukes in to blow the crust apart so that the core will expand out and just destroy the world, and it'll just blow apart, never to be seen again. So yeah, that's the extreme. That's why it's called exterminatus. It's an extreme thing, but if it's required, it's required. There's nothing you can do about it. There are times when that's the only choice. Are there any members of the Adeptus Sororitas in the Koronus Expanse? I just wanted to get that little bit of an expansion out there that she's not crazy. That's what they need to do. That's what we need to do to survive in this particular sci-fi world. Are there any other members of the Adeptus Sororitas in the Koronus Expanse?
None that I'm aware of, but the Sisterhood's orders are many, and can operate independently of one another, sending their sisters wherever their presence is needed as deemed by the Ecclesiarchy. Perhaps somewhere in the Lord Inquisitor's retinue, may his path be blessed, my sisters perform their duty as we speak. I wish it were so. Even a single evening spent in joint prayer and training would bring me joy.
Okay. Alright, that's enough about the sister.
Should any more arise, keeping them to yourself would be imprudent. It is a virtue to take an interest in holiness.
Oh boy. So how did you end up here? This is going to be this whole episode, isn't it?
I found myself in need of passage from Footfall to a remote planet. But I imagine what interests you is not that first journey, but rather what brought me aboard prior to the pirate attack. That story is complicated. It just so happened that
Prior to the pirate attack? Uh-oh, I think they changed something. Their text says cultists, and she's talking about pirates. And everything that we saw text-wise was that it was a cultist uprising. And she's calling it a pirate attack. I think something's wrong here. They probably couldn't change the voice actor. Couldn't come back to redo these things wherever cultist is. So I think we're going to have a little disconnect here.
I made a mistake. In a moment of laxity, I was ambushed by the accursed followers of the archenemy. I was badly wounded. Lady Theodora came to my aid and brought me aboard her ship, while her crew attended to me in my weakened state. It all happened not too long ago. I'd barely recovered from my wounds when the pirates struck.
See?
Truly, the servants of evil know no rest. There is no place where we can be safe from their machinations.
See, she keeps saying pirate. In her script, when she was reading it, it must have said pirates, because they must have originally thought it would be pirates that would hit us, like right as we came out of warp or something. And then they changed it to us being in warp and the cultist internal attack. And oh boy. A malign metaphysical force composed of psychic energy that exists in an alternate dimension known as the warp. And that's what we're fighting throughout this universe. Okay. What happened to the people who wounded you? Did Theodora eliminate them?
Sadly, they did not. Lady Theodora was in a hurry and chose not to stay on the planet. Her people took me to a ship while I was unconscious, and when I came to my senses, we were already flying away. How I pray to come face to face with those heretics once more, and it's bound to happen someday.
Where did this happen?
On one of the recently discovered planets in the Expanse. No one suspected that it had already been tainted by the filth of heresy. Had I known it beforehand, of course I would have been on my guard.
Koronus Expanse, scattered poorly explored region on the frontier of the Imperium, full of fearsome Xenos, treasure, heathen worlds, and the echoes of ancient doom. Okay, that's where we're at. That's the proper place to put a role-playing game, right? You mentioned making a mistake.
It happens even to the best of us. My mistakes are my burden to bear. I'll find a way to atone for them.
Okay. What was it like traveling?
I hadn't been here that long. Just one journey from Footfall, and the other journey, the majority of which I spent in the confines of the medbay. I can't tell you much about the first voyage. I was more focused on prayers and ruminations than on the people around me, or the journey itself. During the last journey, Seneschal Viserion stood out for me. He came by several times to ask about my health. He's an honorable man and a loyal servant of the Imperium. I think he is as meticulous in his inspections of the logistic systems as he is in his inquiries about the health of the occasional sister of battle aboard the ship.
And then there's the thing about the Imperium of Man and Sister of Battle. You guys can pause and read those things.
But not all of Theodora's people have earned my trust. You know who I'm talking about. There is no place for Adira Tlas among the God Emperor's faithful. I'm surprised she wasn't in league with the pirates. And I'm equally surprised by how deep heresy and treason run in this place. I'm glad we all made it through that dark hour. May the day that follows be bright. The path to that planet was lost. All the knowledge is gone, along with the previous navigator. It would take immense effort and resources to rediscover the route. The heir to the von Valanci's protectorate must have plenty of other issues to deal with right now. Perhaps later, when the skies above our heads have cleared.
Okay. I need a navigator to go anywhere. Got it. Okay, I don't have any more
questions.
questions.
As you wish.
Alright, I don't need to... What is keeping you in my retinue?
This ship was targeted by heretical pirates, which means that my presence here and the assistance I provide to you are my sacred duty. Sooner or later, I will likely have to return to Footfall to protect its reliquary. But for now, I wish to remain a part of the Rogue Trader's crew.
See no place for you on my ship. I will take you to Footfall, and that will be all. You might be of use to me, and so I have no problem with your presence. I enjoy your company. I hope that you remain in the crew and that the ship becomes your home. It pleases me to have a servant of the Golden Throne in my crew. May the enemies of the Imperium tremble before our onslaught. Yeah, this is dogmatic. This is iconoclastic, I think. This is, I don't know. Could be possibly heretic. This is definitely heretic. So let's go with that one.
Those are very courteous words, rogue trader. Thank you, both for your words and your hospitality.
Okay. Do I need to tell me about yourself?
About me? I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to tell about me?
Guide the rule of the higher power, which humanity officers prayers for aid and deliverance. Most would be driven mad with despair if they knew the truth. I do know the truth, and I'm not driven mad with despair. Okay, so you had a personal request.
I indeed have a request, rogue trader.
Okay. So, the accursed servants of chaos who assaulted the ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their post until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Von Valencia's territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such great souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the rogue trader could meet with the orphans. The children of the people who gave their lives for the Von Valencia's dynasty, my consideration is the least they can deserve. I will live in my speech, dogmatic. That's just, huh? What? I will meet them, no formalities needed. These are the children of people who gave their lives for Von Valencia's dynasty. Deliver this order on my behalf, properly provided for, but a person meeting rogue trader is too much. Let's do this. Probably going to be a cutscene, right? Let's see what happens. I've had some news, thank you for taking my request. End dialogue. Yep, there we go. Sister Argenta is one of the blessed Adeptus Sorius, sometimes colloquially referred to as daughters of the Emperor. Sorius, in both battle and prayers, the young warrior yearns to bring light to the dark corners of the Koronus Expanse. Travel on the void ship of Theodora von Valencius on the fateful day when the vessel was attacked by the servants of chaos. She joined the virtual Lord Captain and helped repel. I'm not the Lord Captain yet. And helped repel the deck. The sister proved herself to be both a dauntless warrior and a reliable comrade in arms, ready to destroy any enemy of humanity. Okay, cool. Cutscene. Lower decks. Motley group of adolescents do not take their eyes off you, gazing at you as if you were a creature straight from a fairy tale. Abelard, our indefatigable sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. Abelard glances at the gathered children. It is hardly the Scala Progenium. Conqueror responsible for upgrading, educating, and training of orphans of those officers and nobles who have died in the service of the Emperor. In here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Genta is standing to the side of the group. At your approach, she perks up and announces in her ringing voice, "Brave ones! Master of the ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the rogue trader." Highlight and read that. Of House Von Valencius. Grandly addressed the group. Want to be dogmatic? I have the ship speak to you now. Your parents gave their lives for just cause and brought honor to the Von Valencian Spaniards and those of the Emperor. Proud of them, and I believe that you will become their worthy heirs. Give them treats and escort them to their homes. I believe a minute of beholding the Lord Captain is great enough honor for them. Smile at the group. Your Lord Captain greets you. This is kind of the way I would be about this kind of stuff. The teenagers keep staring at you. A girl who has remained close to Argenta smiles uncertainly. Skinny pale lad tries to throw his shoulders back and stand at attention like a soldier. Only a few teenagers at the far end of the row seem sullen and not particularly impressed. One of the scowling visitors, with a thin scar across his face, tosses his head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents died in their dozens for you noble lot, and you just give us speeches." Turns to the boy, a flurry of emotion slashes his eyes like she wants to both calm him and scold him for his impudence. Their comportment leaves much to be desired. I hope that they will be molded into worthy servants of the House Venelin since this audience is over. That's dogmatic. If you have things to say them without fear. I will listen. Punish the troublemaker, put the rest back in their bays. This audience is over. Rest assured you won't be abandoned. You will be taken care of. If you have things to say them without fear. I will listen. Boy smiles grimly. It doesn't matter what we say. It won't bring our parents back, and it won't change our fates either. We'll keep slaving away on this ship until we drop and die like our folks. Or worse. Attack the ship. I was there. I took command. I fought, and I repelled the assault as quickly as I could. But no war can be won without losses. You can only strive to do what is within your power. Strong have the power to decide the fate of others. The weak either obey or die. If you seek a different lot in life, boy, save your grumbling and look for an opportunity to rise above the rest. Punish the troublemaker, put the rest back in their bays. Foreman leaves much to desire, okay. If I was there, I took command, I fought, and repelled the result as quickly as I could, but no war can be won without losses. Not an easy thing to go through, but they gave their lives for the truth, for the good of the whole ship. For the Imperium, do not speak of their honorable fate with anger and disdain. That's too dogmatic for me. I think I would be more like this. When the heretics who killed your parents attacked the ship, I was there. I took command, I fought, and I repelled the assault as quickly as I could. But no war can be won without losses. You can only strive to do what is within your power. You heard the rogue trader. His words carry the wisdom of the Imperium. It's hard to say whether or not your words have left an impression on the boy, but he nods slowly. Then he catches himself and gives you an awkward bow. Abelard gives a sign, and servants immediately emerge carrying packaged treats with one Valencius emblazoned on the wrappers. It appears that the Seneschal came prepared for any contingency. Well, they're throwing, but they're not showing anything being thrown. Argenta rubs her pencil pensively. She smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement and leaves the boy. Okay. Am I done here? Am I done here? Oh. Okay, always check your cargo status on your cargo management screen. Yeah, I gotta go look at the screens. What time is it? 27 minutes. Okay, we've had that little ditty there with Argenta, so I think we're gonna go ahead and put a cut in here. And in the next one, I'm gonna go look at this screen thingy on my ship. Where's that? It's like down here. Oh, check the journal. Did we finish whatever we were supposed to finish with her? Okay, we did her quest. So now I gotta do this. I'm looking for him, and I'm also trying to get people, an engineer, and a guide. That's a navigator. That's an engineer. And this is people. Where am I going to find these people? I got a feeling, the way this is set up, because, like, on Reichhud Minora, so that'll get me bodies. And this has got to be the navigator's spot. So I have a feeling this is bodies here. Reichhud Minoris. So I have a feeling my engineer's in here. I mean, I've got 3 things I need to fill, and I've got 3 planets to go to, so it seems a little bit obvious there, Owlcat, that I'm going to find my answers, one on each one of them, to force me to go to all 3. And somewhere along the line, I will find the Inquisitor as well. Is there any rumors? A pivotal role in the fate of the Koronus Expanse is power so great that it extends even over the rogue traders. Okay. I don't have any contracts, whatever those are. Okay, so that's this. Corpus Valencius? Oh. Okay, a whole bunch of stuff I should probably be reading. Okay. There's a tutorial, a dictionary, chronicles. Annals of the Imperium. Oh, this is nice. Forbidden Grimoire. Which I don't have. Oh, so they renamed them. This used to be the Dark Eldar, and that used to be the Eldar. That's how far I've been out of touch with this stuff. Craft World. Warp. Webway. Xenos. Okay. Astronomican. Attack. Okay, so that's like, okay. Mechanical Dictionary, all sorts of, okay. Oh, well, I didn't even know that existed. That's nice. Void Ship Management. So I've got repair the Void Ship. Use scrap to repair your ship and restore its hull integrity. Alright, so I've got a bunch of stuff here to learn about, too. Got armor. Auspice. Shields. Any points for each sector. Plasma drive has 11 speed along with strong acceleration and braking. Port. Mars pattern macro battery. Short range broadside. 14 damage per shot. Starboard. Dorsal. Mezzo macro cannon. Short range dorsal macro cannon. Fire 2 shots dealing 14 damage. This is the prow. Mezzo lance weapon. Long range lance weapon dealing from 45 to 55 damage to a chosen enemy within a narrow fire arc. And boss pattern torpedo tubes. Fuse capable of firing 4 plasma torpedoes with 19 damage warheads. Okay. Upgrade RAM, current upgrade level, scrap required for next upgrade 50. Increases RAM damage and reduces damage suffered when ramming another void ship. Ramming speed? Are you kidding me? Upgrade hull. This upgrade increases hull integrity. Ramming speed, okay. No weapons. No other. So I guess I can get stuff for my ship. Cool. Cargo manager. So what is this? Cargo is for storing loot that is not valuable enough for a mighty rogue trader. Drag pieces of loot to remove it from your loot screen. Be packed into a suitable cargo space. You may withdraw loot from the cargo at any time. Selling full cargo to merchants improves your reputation with their faction. All loot inside that cargo will be lost. Got some armor. Artifacts? Holy gifts? What's all this stuff? Provisions. Ranged weaponry. New ranged weaponry. So I don't have anything that's worthwhile, it looks like. How do you get it out? Oh, you go into here and you find the juices. Okay. This is the provisions. So these are only the usable items in the group. What is it? It don't do me any good. Okay. It's like... Alright, so some of this might be useful for me. This is all junk. Fire selector mods? Unsupported item. Unsupported item. Okay. So some of these things I can't do anything about. Why does this one down here and not up there? I'm really confused, but okay. Alright, so I've got a few things there. A few things at 100% that I can use to help. Holy gifts, melee weapons, and provisions. Ranged weaponry. I guess you have to be at 100% to give it to whoever you trade with. And yeah, I think that's it. Okay, enough of me looking around the ship. We'll go down to this map thing. We'll start our stuff here when we come back. All right? If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up button. If you really like to see, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notify bell. Be notified to upload videos and or schedule streams. I'm Dren608. Until we meet again, stay safe and bye-bye.